Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. A contest in the West will see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And, you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game, to me, is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready. Oh!
Wow. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Look at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a win against the Nuggets.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
And here's Rubio. After Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Stolen by Henderson. Lillard outside. Up top, Henderson fires from the line. Favors with the rebound. Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how they played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot. And with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Lillard, right side. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Yeah, you know, as you said, Portland challenged every shot last season. They were a top 10 team in limiting opponents' shooting percentage. They were also best in the league in limiting three-pointers.
Now here is Davis. 6 to shoot. And Lillard kicks to Davis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Towns.
There are a lot of different approaches on defense. Portland challenged shots and didn't make risky plays. They were last in turnovers forced last year, but overall, they had a strong defense.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Tell you what, man, it looks as though the light is officially gone on for Ed Davis. I mean, he drifted around a bit over his first 5 seasons, but he made real strides last year.
Aminu, the pass to Lillard. Davis with a screen on Rubio. Lillard dishes to Davis. Off on the layup. Going back to Ed Davis, his rebounds, field goal percentage were way up last year. He's finally developed the strength to anchor inside. And, Greg, the skill set to convert scoring opportunities as well.
And Kevin, you can see his confidence growing. He just needs to keep at it to reach his full potential.
4 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Now here's Henderson. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. 6 on the shot clock. Lillard attacking. Stolen by Rubio. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got it on the fast break chance. Wiggins right side. Puts it up from 17. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Now here is Davis. Pass to Aminu. Wiggins with the block. And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. Can't hit from in close.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Plumlee, the pass to Davis. Makes it off the glass.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Minnesota in the lead. Rubio with it. And he really played well against Denver. Here's Towns. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Henderson kicks to Lillard. A step-back shot here, and he gets the bucket. Lillard's got 7. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Rubio dishes to Muhammad. Rubio against Lillard. Kicks it to Towns. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
And Portland making a change here. Kaman's checked in.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Minnesota leading by 3. And Muhammad kicks to Rubio. Another miss by Minnesota. For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Suns.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
And, Greg, you know, not too many teams are going to win shooting that poorly from the floor. Well, I'd have to say it says a lot about them as a ball club to win with that poor shooting performance.
Minnesota making a switch here. Garnett's checked in. Rubio outside. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Favors got his first points in this one. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. Here's Kaman. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Now, here's Rubio. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Wiggins goes back up, and there's the nice layup by Garnett.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table. Could it have been any other way? I mean, last season, KG returning to the Wolves. I mean, the entire city was buzzing for his return.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Kevin Garnett was once the star here and now is acting as the mentor for all these young Timberwolves players. He won't let them slack even for a moment on or off the floor.
You know, it's that competitive fire that made KG so great, Kevin, and Minnesota made a savvy move, I think, to get him into the locker room and back on the squad.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Jang, he's checked in for Favors. Prince comes in for Muhammad. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Lillard against Miller. Dishes to Prince. Pass to Wiggins. From 11 feet away. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. Wiggins has got his third bucket of the night. Here's Henderson. Lillard left side. Fires for three. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Timberwolves leading by 3. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Terry Stotts gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He talked about how much respect he has for Kevin Garnett, saying he's just the ultimate competitor. He's unselfish, plays for his teammates, and we've got to really have our motor revving and play with a lot of intensity. We cannot let him outwork us. Kevin looked for a real physical game.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now, here's Lillard, following the shot by Tayshaun Prince. And the dunk by Vonleh.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Here's Miller. Portland making their last shot. And Garnett misses.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Lets it go with a 3. Can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Miller with the ball. Lillard picks him up. It's Prince on the wing. Pass to Wiggins. Shot from 12. That's good on the jump shot.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Henderson looking for his first basket still in this one. And the basket by Lillard.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots. And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg was talking about. Clark, he keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Derek Favors checked in for Garnett. And Levine subbed in for Wiggins. And Portland with a change here, too. McCollum's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Here's Favors. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Lillard. Another key contributor to that nice win against Phoenix. And the dunk by Vonleh.
Took the safe route there. Wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble on that one.
Nope. Up and in with one hand, the most basic finish possible.
But he still makes it look good.
Here is Miller, trailing by 2. He feeds it to Levine. Down low. Here's Favors. He sinks the 11-footer.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Kamen passes to Lillard. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Lillard against Miller. To the wing right side. Levine dishes to Favors. Misses from short range.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The 3 from McCollum. The rebound by Prince. The Timberwolves shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Miller with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Jang a screen. The dish to Levine. To the paint. Got a piece of it. The 11-footer. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard on top. Covered by Miller. Now here's McCollum. 11 points last game. He kicks to Vonleh. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. McCollum, no good.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Here's Levine. 9-point game his last outing. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Portland leading. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Here's McCollum. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. And it's Joe Ingles in for Tayshaun Prince. Leonard, he's checked in for Portland. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Miller outside. The pass to Levine. Shot to end this full run. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It goes on C.J. McCollum. For Minnesota, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And some nice defense there to end the quarter. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Ingles in at the 3 slot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Plumlee, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
The drive by Rubio, and Towns gets it to go.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
And he gets it to go. Timberwolves trail by 4. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Feeds it to Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. He dishes it to McCollum. Out to the right wing. The feed to Aminu. Out left to the wing. Plumlee with the screen. Here's McCollum. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Hey, guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Minnesota. And Portland with a change here, too. Davis is checked in. Now, here's Rubio. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's the screen. Garnett, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. A three-pointer. Wiggins. And Davis pulls it down. Well, McCollum has struggled with injury. He's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons, dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the seasons prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
Here's Lillard, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Lillard, the pass to Davis. Back to Lillard. Garnett grabs the board.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Garnett, the screen. Rubio outside. Passes it to Garnett. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Rubio. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 8 assists and 5 rebounds. And after a disappointing season last time around, he's got to feel like he's got a lot to prove.
Well, he's got the talent. I mean, he just needs to identify what wasn't working last season and then get busy fixing it.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Aminu dishes to Lillard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And one thing about Damian Lillard, for as much as he handles the ball, for as much as he pushes the action, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, surprising for a young, aggressive point guard, but this guy plays wise beyond his years.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. Prince comes in for Muhammad. And Andre Miller has subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Now, here is Miller. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Wiggins. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game. And you know, Clark, another important point regarding Lillard, for as aggressive as he has been going to the basket, he's extremely durable. He's been terrific in terms of health.
He's been in every gamer throughout his young career. That is remarkable. Unusual in today's NBA for sure.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now, here is Miller. Jang, a screen. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers. Will take with a pause in the action. Let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. Number 1, the Trailblazers.
You know, they made that a point of emphasis a season ago. I mean, they spent a lot of time in practice drilling their free throws, and I think it really paid off with the best percentage in the league.
Derek Favors checked in for Kevin Garnett, and he gets it to go.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Miller against Lillard. Jang with a screen on Lillard. Kicks to Jang. And stolen by Kamen. Miller against Lillard. Pass to McCollum. And it's Aminu in the corner. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Now here's Favors, and that one's good.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season. And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Getting back to Miller last year, he was 16th in the league, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a couple of things happened. I thought he slowed down a little, and he was playing behind John Wall. That led to the fewest minutes per game of his career. And the rest of his stats kind of followed suit.
Zach Levine's checked in for Tayshaun Prince. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here is Lillard. He's got 21. Dishes to Kaman. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here is Favors. Chris Kaman making his last shot. Off the screen. Favors can't get it to go.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And Lillard kicks to Kaman. Back to Lillard. Clock at 6. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
So it's Minnesota now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Chang, a screen. There's Levine. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Hey, for Zach Levine, the dunk contest last season was just coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
And for Levine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Now, here's Aminu. Back to Kaman. That's a 2 from Lillard. Levine with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 6. Back to Miller. Pass to Favors. Vonleh with the rebound. Vonleh's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Lillard with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Lillard attacking. Shoots from 14. And it's Lillard again missing.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Aminu, the pass to Henderson. Here's Vonleh. Good D by Miller. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Levine kicks to Miller. Favors with the screen. There's the dish to Wiggins. Another miss by Minnesota. Trailblazers leading by 6. And Aminu kicks to Vonleh.
Good. Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Zach LaVine. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Miller. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Leonard, he's checked in for Chris Kaman. And so here's Portland. Following the 3 by Minnesota. And stolen by Favors. Here's Muhammad. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Muhammad's got 5 points now this quarter. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter. Well above the 50% mark from the field. Lillard attacking, and he gets it to go.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Chang with a screen on Lillard. Rubio dishes to Chang. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Lillard attacking. No luck. And Minnesota will come the other way. Prince, right side, all sorts of time, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And Lillard kicks to Henderson, and it's Leonard top of the key. Lillard outside. Cannot hit. Good D by Rubio. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Chang, a screen. Muhammad, the pass to Prince. He feeds it to Rubio. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Favors can't get it to go.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really finding his way around the NBA. But this last season, with Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things, rebounding, defense, hustle points. But he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
Here's McCollum after the basket by Minnesota. Aminu dishes to Leonard. He kicks it to McCollum, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. That gives them the lead. 9 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now McCollum. Now the pass to Henderson. From deep three-point range. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. The Timberwolves on top. They're up by 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm here with Kevin Garnett. And Kevin, how does this team navigate the ups and downs and pressure to come out and win games like this one that you're in the middle of here tonight?
Nothing's easy. You know, we do it together. We don't do it individually. And when we do, we look bad. But when we do it together, we look pretty darn good.
KG, thank you for the time. Guys, he's always preaching team.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
They got to get more aggressive on the glass. Over the first half, we saw them being schooled down low. You know what I'm going to say, Ernie. Barbecue chicken. If I was coaching the...
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
All right, Target Center coming out of the court. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Lillard having a good one. 25 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
You know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Damian Lillard out there with Henderson. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Davis in at the power forward position. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 4 on the shot clock. From 20 feet out. Minnesota with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Now here's Towns. He's guarded by Plumlee. Towns, no luck.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Lillard attacking, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Feeds it to Aminu. Poked loose, stolen by Rubio. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And that one's good. Wiggins.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Plumlee with the screen. Davis drives in. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lillard. And the shot is good. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Favors with a screen on Lillard. And Rubio kicks to Favors. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
And well, Portland had another strong season against the rest of the West. Ended up with a record of 31-21 in the conference, and that was good enough to earn them the 4th spot in the West.
Back to Lillard, shoots from the elbow. And that one hits back iron. Minnesota leading by 4, and he lobs it up towards the rim, and then Favors with the dunk.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Portland did end up 4th in the West, as you said, Greg. You're talking about that. And their 31-21 in-conference record was the exact same as it was at the end, Clark, of the 2014 season.
Well, actually, Portland won more games in 2014 than they did last season. Ended up 4th in the conference, mostly because of how they won their division.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He told them they should be dedicating themselves to hitting the offensive glass with everything they've got from now on, even if that means it takes them away from defensive transition. He also wants to see a patient offense. Work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looks for Garnett. He gets it to him. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Henderson. Muhammad grabs the board.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Here's Levine. He's covered by Aminu. Here's Levine. That 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard with it. He's got 29 points. Steps back and shoots. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lillard's got 31.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Here's Muhammad. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66, and a lot of those losses came in their conference.
A different look now for Portland. Chris Kamen's checked in for Plumlee, and it's Noah Vonleh in for Davis. Henderson passes to Aminu. The feed to Lillard. Shot is no good, so Minnesota will take it the other way. Last season, the Wolves did struggle in conference, as was expected. 7-45 against the rest of the Western Conference.
Listen, nothing harder in sports than learning how to win. And there's no doubt that Minnesota took a lot of lumps as a young team last season. 3 of those conference wins. That you mentioned, though, did come against playoff teams. So there's that little silver lining of hope.
Portland ended up winning the Northwest Division last season, guys. The rest of the division wasn't at their best, but nevertheless, I think Portland was really happy to walk away with that division title.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Minnesota. Miller comes in for Levine. And for the Blazers last year, that division win would be their first in the Northwest. They had won divisions before. But kind of surprisingly, not since the Northwest came about in 2004.
Yeah, it's a great point, but doesn't matter how ugly the rest of the division was. A division win is still just that. Portland might have been the only team from the Northwest to make the postseason, but they earned the division title by winning the games they needed.
Tayshaun Prince, one of the ultimate Velcro guys. I mean, he's been in the league a long time. The consummate pro, as detailed, steady, and unflappable as they come.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. And back to Tayshaun Prince for a moment. So much big game experience. Championship in 04 with the Pistons. That has to rub off on a team when you have a guy like that around in the locker room, on the floor. he's seen it all.
You know, it's a great point. And whether it's in games or practice or even in the locker room, his presence adds continuity. It's like having an extra coach looking out for the younger players.
And the basket by Lillard.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
They set the pick. Now here's Muhammad. He's got 11. Back to Miller. He dishes it to Garnett. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Portland trailing here. And Lillard kicks to Anderson to tie. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact. And he'll shoot two. It's going to be an Andre Miller. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get. A solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin. Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined, and that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Favors comes in for Kevin Garnett. Zach LaVine's checked in for Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Miller. Here's Kaman, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 6 assists now in the game.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
And that one's good by Favors.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Lillard dishes to Henderson. Takes a 3. Lillard misses.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Here's Lillard. 33 points for him.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a 3-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Favors with a screen on Lillard. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Here's Dang, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Zhang's got 6.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Fades and shoots. And the rejection by Zhang. They retain possession. That's good. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Zhang, a screen. Here's Prince. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. 6 points for Prince.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
And for Noah Vonleh, last season came in as a heralded freshman out of Indiana. Some people thought he might crack the top 5 in the draft, but after some shaky late workouts, he fell all the way to 9.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Minnesota. And a switch here also for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Chris Kaman. Pass to Levine. Zhang, a screen. Levine dishes to Zhang. Ingles hands it from downtown.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Kicks it to Henderson. Pass to McCollum. Lillard left side. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Ingles passes to Rubio. Dishes it to Jang. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And now a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Pass to Henderson. Lillard left side. In the corner, Henderson with it. A three-pointer off the mark.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Vonleh's got rebound number 5 here tonight. In the corner, Henderson with it. Portland again missing.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
They grabbed their own miss.
I tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
Now the dish to Lillard. Nice move. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Garnett comes in for Derek Favors, and Wiggins is subbed in for Levine. Lillard dishes to McCollum. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Mason Plumlee's check. In for Leonard. Trailblazers trail by 3, and Lillard kicks to Anderson. Back to Lillard. Plumlee with the screen. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And the shot falls short this time.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Minnesota making a switch. Muhammad's checked in. Ricky Rubio, Clark, one of the most highly anticipated international players in recent memory to come into the NBA.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of flash and substance to his game, and after much haggling and negotiating, he was finally allowed to join the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2011.
Henderson kicks to Davis. Now here's McCollum. Defense right on him. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Garnett's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stolen by Henderson. Lillard left side. That's good. Lillard's got 39. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Rubio outside. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. No good trying to beat the buzzer.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Minnesota leading by 4. They've got Muhammad. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Garnett. It's Andre Miller. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Lillard misses. Timberwolves shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Inside, here's Aminu. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Aminu's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Trailblazers. Miller against Lillard. And here's Miller. He feeds it to Muhammad. Shot clock at 5. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Lillard with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Lillard attacking. Plumlee. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player. Has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work. Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. The pass to Muhammad. Miller kicks to Wiggins. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his postgame, I think he could even go higher.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
Minnesota making a switch here. Favors is checked in. Chris Kaman is checked in for Portland. Miller kicks to Wiggins. Wiggins drawn the double team, and it's Miller penetrating. Puts it up from 15, and he gets the jumper to drop. 14 points for Derek Favors.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Lillard dishes to Davis. He kicks it to Aminu. The shot from the low post is good. Aminu's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question, I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
Lillard against Miller. Feeds to Favors. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Can't hit from the elbow. Lillard with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And Lillard kicks to Kaman. That puts them in the lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Towns. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
In that height, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Davis setting the pick for Henderson. The feed to Lillard. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
For Minnesota, they've gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Miller outside. He dishes it to Favors. Again, Favors missing.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Came in a screen. And Lillard kicks to Davis. Back to Lillard. Shot on the wing. No good off the front iron. Minnesota shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And the free throw is good, now leading by one. That one is no good.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
From 12 feet out, it's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Now Miller passes to Towns. Right wing. On the wing, Wiggins. He's covered by Aminu.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's Henderson. Back to Lillard. Minnesota with the rebound. Fast break, Minnesota. Wiggins with the ball. Got that bucket in no time at all. Wiggins has got 19 points.
Start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Trying to make it a three-point play.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay. Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, he had a handful of huge... dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Here's Henderson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Zhang with a screen on Lillard. Rubio with it, and Kamen picks him up defensively, and that one's good. Wiggins.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
And Lillard kicks to Henderson. Charity stripe shot. The shot is off. And Minnesota will come the other way. Minnesota calls timeout.
How about the nickname for Chris Kaman? Air Sasquatch. I mean, he's got that stenciled in his shoes. A nickname he earned back when he wore his hair long. He has clearly embraced it.
Some changes for Minnesota. Garnett comes in for Miller, and Levine subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. Jang a screen, pass to Levine from deep. Here's Prince. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
You just tell me, Chris, Kaman Clark is an outdoorsman, likes to go hunting. He's got kind of a quirky streak about him.
Yeah, he's a bit unique, a little different, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he's kind of a fan of blowing things up during his spare time.
Like what?
I couldn't tell you that.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in this game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Came in a screen. Aminu, the pass to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Misses in close. Minnesota leading by 8. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Henderson with it. Kicks it to Kaman. Up top, Henderson. Here's Aminu. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Aminu's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Jang with the screen for Rubio. And stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Aminu misses.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Henderson dishes to Lillard. From 11 feet away, Minnesota with the rebound. Rubio's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Levine. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And the Timberwolves lead by 12. For Portland, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Now here's Henderson. Dishes to Aminu. Pass to Henderson. Kaman kicks to Lillard. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Lillard's got 43 points.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dan. Favors comes in for Kevin Garnett. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Muhammad in for Ricky Rubio.
Shabazz Muhammad.
Here's Levine. 6 to shoot. Here's Favors. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Favors has got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Lillard outside.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
1:58 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Aminu, the pass to Davis. That drops.
Really a good job recognizing the mismatch. Just going up for the shot with that huge height advantage on that possession.
There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. The dish to Muhammad. And stolen by Kaman. And Lillard kicks to Anderson. Back to Lillard. From the wing. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Minnesota.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Trailblazers.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Rubio. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Levine kicks to Favors. It's stolen by Davis. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good. Here's Levine. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Garnett. And KG, how was the motor ignited tonight for the team's offense?
Feel about a defense. You know, in order for us to win, we have to play some solid defense. And I thought as we got turnovers, as we got stops, you know, we fueled that into offense.
KG, thanks for the time. Guys, he'll go down as one of the best defenders ever.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Ricky Rubio. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.